Welcome back to What Are Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the T92 HMC. It's the Tier 10 American SPG. This one's located on the north spawn of Erlenberg Encounter and it's under the command of Atum. Now it may look kind of strange because this is a replay from June of 2014 and that's pre-HD. In fact, it's the 0.9.1 client.
Let's get this show on the road.
Oh, it even sounds weird as well, doesn't it? Okay, T92 HMC hasn't changed. It's still got the 24cm howitzer as its main armament, based on the hull of an Eagle 7, the T26 E3 I think it is. But the map you're actually looking at is Erlenberg, and it's the pre-HD Erlenberg, so yes, the scenery looks kind of different. First enemy's been spotted. Now it's a tier 10 game with tier 9 tanks in it, and you can see the Atum's going to the back of the map and those bushes, so you can shoot at the castle. As you can see, the castle looks subtly different to the new one. He's waiting for some tanks to turn up in that area. And one of the enemy tanks has just been, well, it's just killed our IS-8. So we're down by one already. There's the IS-7 on the enemy team. No shot at the moment because he's behind the houses. Now he's actually going to be firing AP. This was back before AP was taken out of the game. It was put back in recently, but you'll notice the other ammunition he's carrying. 18 rounds doing 2,250 hit points of damage with 120 penetration. The armor-piercing rounds doing 1,800 hit points and 370 hit points of penetration, or millimeters of penetration I should say. And he's also got the heat rounds as well, and they will do 2,250 hit points of damage and 120. Gotcha. And he's just taken out his first kill, which was an Indian Panzer. Of course, you know, the Indian Panzer is a tier 8 German medium, built for the Indian contract by Porsche, never got put into production. The contract went to the British. Okay, he's in reload at the moment, almost ready. Going for the Death Star. The FV215B183 is in the courtyard of the castle. He's loaded. Rounds out. Oh my god! He's wiped him out one shot. Took out the Death Star with one round. Back in the days when you could do that sort of thing. Take out an enemy heavy or a huge overpowered tank destroyer with one round. Nobody seems to be going near the cap at the moment. This is an encounter game. Everyone's focusing on either side of the river. Got an M103 there, the tier 9 American heavy tank. We're not loaded yet, but we're about to be. And it looks like it's either going to be the E75 or the M103. And the E75 is doing the right thing to back away. It's a close shot, though. It might actually go into the wall of the castle. I think he's lining it up. That should be about right. Rounds out. Oh, ammo rack! That was an ammo rack on the E75. Wiped him out completely. One round. So he's got 3 kills now. I think the enemy team is starting to realise that there's a bit of a problem. Yeah, they've got an Arty who's killing their teammates off one by one. Okay, the IS-7's moving forward. He'd make a nice tasty morsel. It's a bit difficult for him to get a shot over the hill and into these guys. That's why he's getting a red line at the moment. In fact, he's just loaded an armor piercing round. He might have to change position. Okay, the IS-7's coming round the hill, which will make it easier, but he will be closer, and the bit of the worry is that he might have to run away. Let's see if he can get this shot on target. Rounds out! Oh, and another kill! Another one-shot wipeout on the IS-7. So that's 4 kills now. Armor piercing really doing its job back then. You could wipe out an enemy tank with just one round, planting a shell right through the front of the vehicle. A 24cm shell. That's what it should be doing these days. But Wargaming is too chicken to do that, because of course it would upset their clients, the Unicum clients, who cannot play the game with Arty under the correct power that it should have. I remember Salty Jedi taking out an enemy heavy with one shot on the cliff map, and that was post HD. Here comes the IS-7. And he got a direct hit, but he didn't get a kill this time. And he has been spotted by the enemy. So he needs to get into a defensive position, because the enemy might try to take some shots on him. Needs to use the ridgeline to his advantage. He's behind the bushes, so they probably can't see him anymore, but one of those enemies, the IS-7, is in sight. Ow!
This vehicle is had it.
Yep, he could see him. Well, a pretty good game for Atum. He did pick up 4 kills, and with armor piercing as well. But sadly, he is out of this game. There's only 2 enemy tanks left. The IS-7 just took a big hit. I don't think that IS-7 is going to last long. And I was right, yeah. He died the next shot while I was talking. And that's it. That's the end of the game. It's a victory. Here's the end of battle stats. And that was the first class tanker for Atum in the T92 HMC. He got a Gauze medal for doing more damage than 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle, and he also got a high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game overall. And yes, he did get a surprising number of one-shots on the enemy, blowing them to pieces and claiming a huge amount of hit points in the process. If we look at the team score, we can see that overall he did 7,034 hit points, so he will deserve the high caliber. The second highest damage in the game was the Lorraine 40 ton. He was on the other side of the river, did 4,340 hit points. And the third highest damage came from the Object 140 on Atum's team. He did 3,576. When it came to kills, he had the high number with that as well. He got 4 kills, 3 kills to T62A, 2 kills to the IS-7 and the Object 140 on his own team, and only 2 tanks on the enemy team managed to get more than 1 kill, and that was the Lorraine 40 ton and the Object 263. When it came to base XP, he wasn't at top spot here. It was actually the IS-7 who came top, but then he was doing spotting at the same time. 989 base to him, 943 to the Object 140, and 899 to the SU-14-2, the school bus. And he got a high score because he was tier 8, and of course if you're in a tier 8 and a tier 10 game, then the tier 8 will earn more XP for every high tier opponent that he keeps hitting. You can see here that Atum actually managed to get 4th place on XP with 843. 5 shots fired, 5 direct hits on the enemy, and 5 penetrations. So he did penetrate that IS-7, the one that he couldn't see with a blind shot, but we didn't actually see him blow up. 7,034 hit points of damage, of which 5,220 were at more than 300 meters. He did receive 1 hit from the IS-7, it penetrated, and that was the end of his game. He damaged 5 of the enemy, killed 4, did 68 hit points of damage assistance. He earned 85,316 credits overall for the game and 42,500 after ammunition resupply, because of course he was using armor piercing. Well, actually at the time I think armor piercing was about the same price as ordinary HE, so I don't think it was much of a cost, and that was only 5 shells there, so I suspect it was 2,500 round hit points, 2,500 credits per round. He earned 1,265 XP and took away, according to this, 1,264. So that they must have deducted an XP for some reason, or maybe it was an average or a roundup. Anyway, it was a really good game all the same, and you can see the damage he did to these tanks in one shot. He did 2,000 hit points of damage to a Death Star. He did 1,814 to the IS-7 that he killed with one round. He did 1,920 hit points to the E-75 that he blew up, as well as 1,300, and I think that's a one-shot, to the Indian Panzer, his first victim. The shot that hit the IS-7 actually didn't pen, but it did do critical damage, so I suspect it might have hit the tracks or the body of the vehicle, but it didn't actually hit the hitbox and score him any damage. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that blast from the past, and it's nice to see guns, Arty guns, that can actually do real damage for a change. It's always good seeing these old battles. If you enjoyed this replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and please do visit our site over Christmas, our channel, because we'll have lots of replays which you can watch, new replays that were just recorded recently. Thanks for watching.